When you think about the songs on Revolver, And Your Bird Can Sing probably isn't the first one that comes to mind, but man, it's one of those hidden gems, especially if you're really into the mid-60s Beatles. It was written mostly by John Lennon, and it's all about that driving twin guitar riff from Paul McCartney and George Harrison. While Lennon's cryptic lyrics leave a lot to chew on, Lennon never outright said what the song's about. But people like to say it's a jab at the Rolling Stones. You see, the Beatles and the Stones were really close, but there was definitely some rivalry there as well. And Lennon wasn't shy about thinking the Stones were kind of copying the Beatles, and some people think the bird in the song is a nod to Marianne Faithfull, who was dating Mick Jagger at the time. And it's a good theory, but like with a lot of Beatles stuff, Lennon kept things vague on purpose, and he liked that people would sit around trying to figure out what he meant. There's definitely some strong similarities to Rain, and it seems to hint at some higher knowledge or some kind of enlightened state. It's probably influenced by all the trips Lennon was on during this period. The Beatles were getting pretty out there around 1966, and this song kind of floats on that trippy edge. And of course, John later called the song a throwaway, but Paul, he remembered it a little bit differently. Paul said he helped out with the verses and the middle section, but it was still mostly John's song. The studio work for the song shows just how experimental the Beatles were getting by 1966. On April 20th, they'd laid down the basic track, then overdubbed a bunch of vocals from John and harmonies from Paul and George. There's actually a scrapped version from that day where John and Paul can't stop laughing, and that ended up on the Beatles Anthology 2. A few days later, they nail it with take 10. After 13 total takes, they even spliced the ending from take 6, which shows how comfortable they were getting with cutting and pasting different bits of the song. By May, they had both mono and stereo mixes ready to go, and In Your Bird Can Sing was then locked in. The thing about this song is that it hits you a little differently every time. The lyrics don't really spell anything out, and that's the fun of it. The riff, the harmonies, the psychedelic edge, it's kind of like a weird puzzle that John left behind for everyone. He's daring you to figure it out, all while knowing he didn't really care if he ever did.